Alright, well, I was just thinking about how I need to make my way out here tomorrow. Well, I wasn't really paying attention on my way in of which way I turned and this way and that. So I kind of have a general direction that somewhere in that way is south, but I don't really know exactly. And I have a terrain map of the area, but I need to be able to match it up with north, south, east, and west. I have no compass, and obviously it's not nighttime, and I'm not going to count on it being clear tonight for me to see which way is north. So I'm going to show you how you can figure out which way is north, and by using the sun. Here's how you do it. You stick a stick in the ground like that, alright, and leave it there. Mark the end of its shadow with a little tiny stick, okay, and wait a half hour and mark the end of its shadow again with another stick. Wait another half hour, mark the shadow again, you know, 3 times or so, and the little sticks should form like a little line, and that line is going to be east and west, and then north and south. And obviously the last stick that you put in is going to be east. So, got my 2 other marker sticks. Just gotta wait. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just scouting around for oak trees and other kind of things that squirrels like, because there's not much of those around my camp. So I'm just looking around here, see where would be a good place to set up some deadfall traps and we get myself some more food. Alright, well, time for me to start setting some traps. I do have some peanut butter. Ooh, but the rules are, I'm not allowed to use this for food. I'm only allowed to use this for bait. But hey, I'm the only one out here. Who says I can't break the rules? Oh, that's good. Excellent bait for squirrels, which is really what I'm after. Birds, it's more fruity things, jelly or something like that, but I don't have that. So, peanut butter it is. Alright, well, 2 days in the woods, I ate something. What goes in must come out. Now, a lot of times, people aren't sure what to do in the woods. They're not used to doing that in the woods, and so they go, whoa, I gotta poo, what do I do? Well, first things, you want to find an area that has big leaves. I prefer maple as, you know, your tissue. You may prefer something else, but what you want to do is find a tree that looks like it will be comfortable to lean against and just dig a hole at the bottom. And then what you do is you just lean against the tree and go, and then, you know, use whatever leaves you gathered. You want to make sure you gather probably about 5 times more leaves than you would use toilet paper, because, well, they're not very absorbent. So let's start off with gathering some leaves. Alright, well, this is a good oak tree, major squirrel territory, and it's time to get working on making a deadfall. Carried this rock a little distance from the trail over there. Okay, so there is my first deadfall trap. There's a couple of oak trees. That one I know is oak. That one I'm not sure. I can't really see the top of the leaves because of the canopy's in the way, but there's my first deadfall trap. I think you can probably figure out the mechanics of how it works for yourself. Alright, well, this rock here, I was originally going to build my shelter back there where my camp's set up. I don't know if you can see my camp, probably not, it's right over there. But this rock here, I think would make an even easier, better shelter. First of all, the ground here is insulated, so that'll keep me up off the ground. I'll put a little bit more insulation on. What I have to do is build kind of like a lean-to wall against here and just use this rock as one of my wall. I only have to build one wall with my shelter instead of 2. So I think this will be great But I only have a few hours before dark, so better go working. Alright, I'm gonna stop taking, I'm gonna take a break from building my shelter. Have myself a little snack. It's a little peanut butter sandwich between two birch bark sheets. Remember, rules are, no eating the peanut butter, it's only for bait. Yeah, right. Don't have to obey rules when you're out here.
I figure since I'm alone in the wilderness, and this is my show, I can freely break the rules. After all, I made them.
Just need some real bread and some jelly. And some milk.
Hiking to the creek takes over 20 minutes one way. It's very near nightfall, and my shelter is not yet finished. I'm exhausted, and I've got a long way back to camp.
That's a long way back. You know, this creek is gorgeous. This whole woods around the creek is gorgeous. And right up the bank where I come down, you know, there's a big, flat, nice area where I could set up camp. Sometimes I wonder why I hadn't just set up camp next to the creek. I'd only have a couple minutes walk to get water instead of a 20-minute hike up and down a very steep mountain. But you know, when I was down here last night, well, last evening, it was getting close to dark, about like it is now, a little later though. The mosquitoes were horrible. And so it's really just a matter of which is worse, the mosquitoes or the long hike back up the mountain. Well, I already started building my shelter, and so I don't really have a choice. Either way, whichever's worse, I've got a long hike back up that mountain that I'm really not looking forward to. But what you gotta do. I'm gonna stay here a little bit though. Just enjoy the beauty. Read my Bible.